Hard luck. What is there to talk about with hard luck? It's pretty simple. It's pretty basic. It's odd breaks a mirror, so 7 years bad luck. But here's the twist. Everybody gets bad luck in the episode. I mean, practically it's Milo's Murphy's Law of the episode. What will go what could go wrong will go wrong, and everything practically does. The mission to destroy the military base replica goes belly up until it doesn't. The Lyoko mission to deactivate the activated tower goes belly up until it doesn't. Odd's entire day is pretty much him getting puppy kicked again, which seems to be a frequent thing in this series to this point. Until it doesn't. Bad luck as a premise for an entire episode has been done so boringly, so many times, and it's always the same mechanic. A broken mirror. Every single time. Name the television show that's animated for kids that's done this really lame premise every single time. Sometimes they'll change it up and they'll have a black cat be the reason it's caused, like in Sailor Moon, for instance. But mostly it's always a freaking mirror, and it always ends up being the same thing. The character that ends up breaking the mirror gets the worst case scenarios all day long. Not any food for breakfast or lunch. Everything going bad. Comical props being dropped on them, like paint and other things. It happens a ton of times in every other episode that has ever done this, in every other show that has done it. It's lame. And not even Xana can save the cliche lameness of this episode. In fact, he feeds on it just to be a troll by bugging up the virtualization program and forcing life points to drain like a leak out of a car door or a bathroom plug, which that's the only reason the Lyoko Warriors don't succeed completely. It forces Jeremy and the rest of the guys to improv, which is credit to Jeremy, for once, to be able to move the chess pieces around enough to get the job done, and have an auto escape feature once the replica is destroyed. Yes, the only person that ends up looking the wiser here in this episode is Jeremy. But it's not without him being hit by the bad luck stick too. Everybody gets it. And I mean everybody. And it's lame. Yes, it leads to Oric having one of the best action scenes of cool in the entire series, and William gets done in by Yumi in a Looney Tunes style gag. But other than that, this episode is pointless. This episode is useless. Other than the replica being destroyed, which, quite frankly, doesn't mean as much as the first time a replica was destroyed a few episodes ago. It's run of the mill boring. It's a 1 out of 6. There's not much to say. The cliche is what drives this episode down a peg. and it doesn't do anything interesting with it. Unlike the next episode, Guided Missiles, which is an actual interesting premise that actually leads to an interesting Xana attack, which leads to, well, interesting. But we'll get into that next week. Find peace in your own nirvana. Don't break any mirrors, walk under any ladders, find any black cats that cross your path. Just don't fall victim to this terrible cliche. Luck does change on a whim. But God, I wish this cliche would die. See you next week.